Yo, what is up guys, it's Jack and welcome back to another video. It's good to see everybody again, and quite frankly, first I just want to say thank you for the love and support you guys gave on the last video. It is good to finally reveal and expose myself after 4.5 years of blue balls. But in this video, now for those of you guys that have been here for long enough, ever since the very beginning or the last few years, you guys like to know that I like to make comparisons with Call of Duty with other things. I like to make analogies. And lately I've been comparing Call of Duty to food like pizza. And with this one I thought I'd take it up a notch. I'm going to compare Call of Duty to women. And now in this episode specifically, I'm going to compare Infinite Warfare and World War II to women and relationships. Because quite frankly, these two games have a lot in common. And some of them got hate, some of them got a whole bunch of hate. I just wanted to make some comparisons, okay? And if you like it, then we will work on the other Call of Duties, namely Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, because those two bitches... Fucking Mario. Those two bitches have simply put a lot in common themselves, and I think that would make for a very interesting analogy, don't you think? And comparison. But anyway, let's get started. So, we've got Call of Duty World War II right here. Can you see that? Yes? Good. And Infinite Warfare that got hated so much that she didn't even have a face anymore. Now, these two girls, when you look at them, right, just off the bat, when you look at them, they seem like they could be good, right? It's like you're looking at them from far away, from a distance, right, guys? Have you ever seen girls that are like from a distance? You're looking at them from far away, wow, she looks like she could be really hot. And then as they start to come closer and closer and closer, and that distance starts to close, she starts to look worse and worse and worse. It's almost like a nightmare. Something like you've seen out of a fucking horror movie, right? It's like she looks like perfect, and then she gets closer, and then holy shit, she's got like 20 different moles on her face. You know, her face looks like she got hit in the face with a shovel. A little bit of Frankenstein action. She's got hair on her back. Her ass is not in symmetry with everything else. You know, all those different kinds of things, right? It's just, you know, the girl, she's just not your type, okay? She's just not your type. But, however, with that being said, when she starts talking to you, somehow you still get intrigued, right? You start getting intrigued, you know, you're kind of battling with yourself back and forth, because quite frankly, this girl, from a personality standpoint, she's everything you could ever want, right? So in other words, like the developers from Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty World War II, they did everything, well, actually, in terms of World War II, in the first 6 months were rough, but let's put that aside, because afterwards it was gravy, right? So, they basically did everything, they listened to everything, every kind of demand you could ever ask for, they listened to everything, right? But at the same time, even though from a personality standpoint and from a communication standpoint everything was working good, physically it just wasn't there. I mean, you were taking Viagra to keep it up just so you can have sex with her because she wasn't turning you on, because it felt like you were having sex with Lurch from the Addams Family, you know. You tried to close your eyes, but she told you to keep them open because she liked eye contact, and you being the good person that you are, you know, you fulfilled that need for her. You know, you did everything you possibly could, but this whole Viagra shit and with everything else just really started to get old, and you couldn't take it anymore, and you were about to give, and you're, after about 6 months or so, right, you're about to give her that speech, right, that speech that basically goes like this: honey, it's not you, it's me, I'm just not feeling this, I'm not ready, I rushed into it way too fast, you know, I'm just not ready for this, and you're obviously good, you're perfect, but I'm just not up, you know, you're just too good for me in that aspect as well, and I'm just not ready, I'm too immature, you know. And part of this is true, by the way, especially that immature part, because quite frankly, men don't mature like women. I mean, just look at me, okay? Now, with that being said, but before you get to say that to her, right, all of a sudden, she comes back and she's like, honey, I wanted to talk to you. You're like, okay, you listen, and then all of a sudden she's like, you know, honey, for the longest time ever, I wanted to make a change in my life. I wanted to make this change. I finally got the man that I want, and the one that respects me and treats me good. I want to make a change for myself first and foremost, but at the same time, you know, for him as well. I mean, I want to be the woman of his dreams. I know I'm not that very attractive and stuff like that, so I want to get plastic surgery in order to fix my face, because I do know I look like I got hit in the face with a shovel. I know I've got way too many moles that it's really hard to kiss me, because all these moles are pretty much getting in your face, and you know, and plus I got this mole on my tongue, so every time we French kiss, I know it's rough and stuff like that. I know it's not easy, but I wanted to do it for myself. It was something that I was always conscious about, and I want to start hitting the gym as well. I want to be healthy. I mean, I don't want to be like a supermodel or anything like that, and I'm not fat or anything, or at least maybe part of me isn't, but I would at least like to make a change, you know, and you know what I mean, just a change for the better. I'm always going to be me, but I just want to make a change for the better. And then all of a sudden you're dumbfounded. You're fucking dumbfounded. You're like, holy shit, this girl's a perfect 10 on my personality list, and then all of a sudden she's like a fucking, like, she's like a 4 right now, but she could easily be an 8 if she does even half of the stuff that she says, because yeah, the hair on her back is a little annoying. The moles could use some done, you know, the face, you know, I mean, it's pretending, you know, I mean, well, not pretending, but looking at Lurch while having sex is not easy, and this Viagra shit is really starting to get old, and I don't want to rely on Viagra. I can feel my heart race, and I don't want to have a heart attack at such a tender young age. It's like she's a total sweetheart, so let's give this a chance. You're like, okay, and let's support her all the way through, and wham bam, she gets it done. Her face comes out, she's looking like Megan Fox. They remove the hair from her back through laser hair removal, or whatever the fuck it is. She got the plastic surgery done, she's going to the gym, you know, she's still got some curves in all the right places, but hey, that's fine, we like that, and we don't expect perfection. I don't think any guy really truly likes perfection, because that would be bored, and besides, there's no such thing as a perfect woman. That's why I don't give a woman a 10 out of 10. I always give a 9. 9 is the highest grade I can ever give a woman, seriously. So, with that being said, that is how Infinite Warfare and World War II was, especially World War II after that 6-month period after Condrey and Schofield left. Holy shit, or got fired, or whatever the deal was. Yeah, that's what ended up happening. They did everything you could ever dream of with those games. Now, were those games still perfect? No. But they made the absolute difference that made these games deserve to have a ring around their finger and say, baby, marry me. I will always play you until you're hacked to death like Black Ops 2. And that is my comparison. That is my comparison. As simple as that. So, remember guys, it's not all about perfection. It's about having your basic needs met. It's simple as that. And World War II and Infinite Warfare did that, but unfortunately people were ready to move on from jetpacks to boots on the ground with Infinite Warfare. I mean, it's not like Infinite Warfare or World War II were doing what Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 were doing. Basically, every single time they offered you oral sex, you're like, yeah, I gotta go shopping with my girls, so I need some money, and I gotta get a mani-pedi done, I gotta get my hair done, so yeah, I could use $1,000. So, I mean, it's not like that at all. You could actually work for the affection. You treat them right, you put your time in, you play the game, you know, you compromise, you make your sacrifices, you know, things that might not be as perfect, but they'll always treat you right. Say what you want about Infinite Warfare and World War II in terms of the things that you have issues with them. When it comes down to it, Infinite Warfare and World War II treat you right. I mean, there's some people that I know specifically that like World War II so much, for instance, that I mean, shit. I think even if that person's wife were to complain to World War II about them and say that game sucks, you better stop playing this game or else we're going to get a divorce, I bet you he'd probably go through the divorce just so that way he could be faithful to World War II. Ha! Gay! But anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. That was my basic analogy of the comparisons of these two games specifically to a relationship/woman. And these two specifically, in my opinion, are winners. So if you are not going to play Modern Warfare for whatever reason, or a multitude of reasons, or if you're going to skip out on it, or after about a month, you feel like somebody shoved a huge, huge dildo up your ass, you could always go back to these two games. And if you have not given Infinite Warfare a second shot, I highly recommend you do so, because I was one of those people that basically said no to the Holy Moly girl, and then later on I gave her a chance, and then things ended up getting better. She changed, I changed, we met somewhere in the middle, and then we ended up forming this really unique bond. That's all I got for this one, guys. Let me know down in the comment section what you think of this video, and yeah, if you really enjoyed it, like it. If you didn't enjoy it, tell me to go fuck myself, and then you can dislike it. And yeah, if you like this one enough, let me know down in the comment section. Oh, one more thing, one last thing. Try to guess what video game the song in the background is from right here, and the first person that gets it right down in the comment section will have their comment displayed in the next video. So if you want specific words shown out there to the world, let it be known. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace!